Got Chance and the Storyteller.
Inside the ride, there's a little nod to HHN icons.
We have Matilda from the tribute store from last year.
What's your favorite scary movie?
Here's a little boo.
Okay guys, it is time for another Halloween Horror Nights 2025 update. We're in a different location. We're not at Universal Studios, but it's gonna be all Universal Studios based. We're gonna be showing you guys all these different old school relics. We're gonna be going to the new Lakeland Antique Mall. We're also gonna be talking about the new speculation map. Murdy's tweeting out some more stuff. On that note, it's time to talk about the Halloween Horror Nights shirt of the day. This is the re-release from HHN 2000. So on that note, let's roll the commercial.
Not afraid of the dark? You don't know Jack. Look out for the new Halloween Horror Nights 10, only at Universal Studios. Florida residents save $10 with a specially marked 2-liter Coca-Cola Classic label or coupon from a participating Taco Bell.
Okay, we're here. The new Lakeland Antique Mall is right down the street from the old one. About 45 minutes away from Disney World. Depending on traffic, it could be up to an hour and a half. But let's head in. All right, so you come in. They got all the classic Disney store characters above the register. I've been to a lot of antique malls. This is like the best one in the entire world. There's a variety of everything for everyone. You need a Shrek vinyl? They got one for you.
Okay, so we have some updates about Halloween Horror Nights Vegas. So Universal released this little video.
Universal Horror Unleashed is a brand new immersive experience. We've got 4 incredible haunted houses that put you right in the middle of iconic and terrifying scenes.
Scarecrow the Reaping is a Universal original and a huge fan favorite. It's set in the Dust Bowl era when the farmers ravaged the land. But in our story, the land has come back to life to wreak its revenge on you.
We actually transport you to the Midwest, to an old farmhouse. It is the scarecrows that inhabit this farm. They are wreaking havoc and revenge on the farmers for destroying the land itself. What do I feel makes Universal the best at telling these horror stories? We're going to bring to life what scares you the most because we've been doing it for over 100 years.
One thing we pride ourselves on is telling original, terrifying stories. And that's exactly what you're going to get with Scarecrow the Reaping.
I think we're bringing something entirely new to Las Vegas. It is a year-round destination, but it's really constantly changing, and so is our horror brand.
This entire building was built for horror from the ground up. From the walls on the outside to every single thing in the building, it's all about horror.
And then they also did an interview with Cinema Blend of the 4 houses that will make up the initial batch of spooky locations. The one that's an original Universal theme park creation is Scarecrow the Reaping. The house first debuted in Orlando in 2017 before appearing in Universal Hollywood in 2022. Throughout those years, the house apparently earned some of the highest guest ratings in the history of the event, making it a perfect choice for the new location. I had the chance to speak to Nate Stevenson and TJ with Universal Entertainment recently about Scarecrow and Universal Horror Unleashed, and they revealed some of how this version of the house will be different from what fans know, and some of the effects may literally blow you away, Stevenson told me. We also have something called memorable moments in the house. This is where we actually, for a small amount of time in the house, we capture guests and we actually have a story come to life in the moment. So in this house, it really needs a little bit of a spoiler alert, but they're actually going to get to experience the dust storm rolling in, and they're going to get to be a part of that. So we've recently plussed this up. All the best parts are still there, but then we've added to it to make it more immersive and more exciting. And then the article continues, every great horror movie has its own major set pieces. Maybe it's a brutal death, or maybe it's a harrowing escape, but there are those moments from your favorite horror movies that you simply never forget. That's exactly what this sounds like. Halloween Horror Nights team has designed some incredible houses over the decades that showcase some impressive effects, but an actual dust storm is something entirely new. It's also something we would have likely only see in a full-time experience. HHN houses are something that guests move through at a more or less constant pace. You take in each piece of the story while moving past it and on to the next one. However, Universal Horror Unleashed will give guests a chance to stop, take in the scene in a way that they never have in HHN. Stevenson continued, "We have something that are called holding rooms. This gives us a chance to actually tell the story of the house. So the wind starts to pick up while they're waiting, and a voiceover comes in, starts to really set up the scene and set this environment that we have created. So you go in with a small amount of information, and I think it makes the story more rich. It makes the experience more rich. If there's one area that Halloween Horror Nights could improve, it's in helping to set up the story being told. HHN structures certainly make that difficult at times, and resources are somewhat limited, but Universal Horror Unleashed is free of much of that restraint. And it seems like these holding rooms will allow for more immersive storytelling than HHN usually provides." They also released some more information about Jack's Alley Bar. Guests will enjoy themed specialty cocktails, acrobatic performances, and more in a circus-like hellscape where the deranged Jack the Clown and his evil sidekick Chance reign. Set in a dark, twisted carnival atmosphere, guests will face Jack's evil maniacs and a group of malicious jugglers, dancers, and fortune tellers. As terrifying chaos ensues during interactive show moments, each immersive area will place guests in the center stage of horror with many opportunities to interact with characters for a deeply engaging experience.
So they're selling signs from Donald's Dino Bash. Now all the good Universal and HHN stuff is in the back, so we'll get there in a little bit. But Kitra, there's the money shot for you. Little ET, the life-size ET. Vintage Donald and Mickey Mouse. You can buy a full Tower of Terror cast member outfit for $2,000. So they got a Trader Sam's outfit for $400. Oh, all the different little tiki mugs. It's crazy how much they've gone up in price now. All the first edition tiki mugs cost so much now. Looks like we got a PS1 Hagrid plush over here. Oh, look at this chandelier. Looks like straight out of the tiki room. What is this thing? It's like a fish person. You can put something right there. Oh, these are cool. It's like the Abominable Snowman and a Bigfoot. Looks like they have a Jungle Cruise skipper outfit. Oh, look up here. They have elephant skin from the Jungle Cruise in Disneyland. That's wild. The little Coca-Cola guy just looks mad. He doesn't look happy that you're drinking Coke. You know we gotta go over some Murdy tweets. I think it's John Murdy right there. John!
Okay, so someone asked John this. Do we get to see you at Midsummer again this year? I've been planning my trip and just thought about it. And John responds with, yeah, it'll be on Sunday. So John's confirming there's gonna be a Halloween Horror Nights panel for Midsummer Scream this year on Sunday. And then John also said this. Psst, a little birdie told me the first tent for HHN 2025 at Universal Studios Hollywood is up in H-Lot, signaling the official beginning of construction. I don't know if I would rush out to ride the tram tour to take a pic, ... unless you really like tents. So Five Fires posted this. Woo! Let's go! HHN Hollywood. So they've put up the tent. They have a long way to go to build that house. And then Five Fires also said this. Do you think a tent still comes behind the Mummy for HHN Hollywood? So then John also tweeted this. FYI. Though I'm sure you already know this, construction has officially started on H-Lot for HHN 2025 at Universal Studios Hollywood. I would have told you yesterday, but you probably wouldn't have believed me. And then some Orlando construction updates. It looks like someone from Mecca is working and building one of the houses backstage by The Simpsons.
He's just looking at you, and you got this little creepy kid just looking at you. This is a cool pin set. Friday the 13th. At the Haunted Mansion, they have all these different Disney characters in different scenes in the Haunted Mansion. Only $350. Donald's a little mad that Goofy's about to rip one. What's going on with Woody's eye over there? This is cool. It's a Louis Armstrong signature right there. Moments like this that make me feel old, because like I remember as a kid shopping right in KB Toys and buying my Aliens action figures, and now like they're here at an antique shop. This kind of makes me feel old. I had a lot of Alien figures. All these like masks. Got Ronald McDonald waving at us. What is that? That is nightmare fuel. Oh my gosh, look at that dopey. That's real creepy. All the old school Disney merch is just utterly terrifying. Okay, we're here. I own many Universal props and HHN props. A lot of stuff I have gotten from Vault Collectibles. So if you remember this from the Rob Zombie Scare Zone, they have it here. This is just the beginning. The store displays from last year's HHN, they got those. Sign promoting the little Batilda idol. They have a bunch of old school photos and concept art from the Back to the Future ride. They got all these cool photos, behind the scenes photos of the attraction. This is stuff that like Universal doesn't even have. Here's a cool one. If you look closely, you'll see Bruce in the background right there. That's the Jaws attraction. Looks like the opening ceremony when they ignited the clock tower. Little opening speeches. This is from the holiday tribute store, the Naughty or Nice sign. The SpongeBob tag prices. This was a prop that was used in one of the HHN houses. You got Chance and the Storyteller, the portraits that were sold inside the tribute store for HHN 30, $250. So a lot of stuff, if you ever miss out on buying it, it'll probably end up here, the Lakeland Antique Mall. So they got like the Eternal Bloodline hats, the Sinister and Surreal hats, Studio Screamers, the glasses, the socks, and we got the little boo bags. Like these are only like $20. The little badge reels, lanyard pouches, the little boo sippers. These were used on the side inside the HHN tribute store. But if you remember these from the holiday tribute store, these tease the upcoming tribute stores. We have the DeLorean and then E.T. in a ship. Where else can you buy a Monster Cafe brick? Or you'll have a part of the Terminator from the attraction. You have a lamp from the Spider-Man attraction. We got a Batilda sign for Mel's. These were on the Christmas trees. Oh, look at these old school Universal Studios Jurassic Park ties. This is one of the displays from HHN 2018. You're looking at almost $700 for this though. We get the really cool pumpkin, all the characters in the back, and then we got over here the one and only Mr. Tape. But if you want to pick them up, they're $95 a piece here, or this one is $125 for this Mr. Tape. Here's a signed Christopher Lloyd out of time license plate. We have the salt and pepper shaker from the HHN tribute store from last year. This has some Studio Screamers. Oh, look at this old school King Kong souvenir cup, where they got the signed comic and the adventure passports on the ride. Oh, look. They got the little name tags for the Tribute Store Plaza. There's an old advertisement for HHN 2000, or you have a hat, you know, for the Haunted Hollow Hills. Old school postcards. We got the Hard Rock hat, the Hard Rock shirt. Now, I have a bunch of these, but these could be the team member patches for the scare actors. Every year they get a new patch. 2013, 18, and 2014. Then you're gonna have a Poison A for the Harry Potter show. Mega Castle Arcade, they have one of those signs. We got some HHN 2024 signs. Got some little plushies of the Wolfman. Okay, so Universal Monsters and HHN this year. The rumor is we're not going to be getting a Universal Monsters house. I know we've had them in the years in the past, but I think Universal kind of wants to focus on people going to Epic Universe for Dark Universe or for Vegas to get their Universal Monster fix this year. But we did get a look at kind of how the prosthetics look and how the meet and greets look for Dark Universe.
Okay, so Speculation Matt posted the photo of Frankenstein's monster and meeting the bride. Now, if you look at Frankenstein, I will say he just kind of looks like handsome Squidward. But again, this is just early testing for the team members. Hopefully they improve the design a little bit.
Voted best sequel. Oh, is this from one of the arcade units from the tribute store? Here's like the Chucky poster. If you missed that on that. The little crossbody bag. Over here we got the massive Mr. Tapes. So this one is $175. Hey, Rewind or Befinder, this was the massive one. If not rewound, you won't be found. So this one you're looking at $195. We got Earl the Squirrel pillows. The Jurassic Park little mining helmets. It's pretty much just like a Universal yard sale, but like all year round. This is like a puzzle from the Wizarding World. We're in the land of HHN now, right? So we have the Major Sweets print. Here we just have like a Vecna bag. So again, like stuff that you will have missed out on, they'll have here. Like here's a magnet from Vanity Ball. We have a bunch of the different shot glasses. The Studio Screamer pin set. Like $25 this thing was, like 50. You got the Jurassic Park little lanyard pouch. You got a little Sam from Trick or Treat. Oh, what is this? Here's some sort of Wolfman figure. What is going on there? Here's like a light up lanyard from 2019. I got some Frankenstein Universal bags, the Ghostbusters bucket hat. Here's the sign for the Dead Coconut Club, the drive-in theater. That was in the Coconut Club, now you can buy it. RIP Character Dining. One day it'll return. But they just have simple signs like this you can pick up. What is this one? Oh, this is from a little marketplace at City Walk. You got the Earl the Squirrel book signing. This was at the end of the tribute store. Here's a Major Sweets Candy Company sign. Oh, Mr. Icy Cone sign. Now, this is cool. When the teams built the summer tribute store, when it was like Elliot's room, they tracked down the exact same furniture that Elliot actually had. But this is from the summer tribute store, so you can see like Gertie made a little drawing of the ship and then one of E.T. right there. You got like some signs of the Baron. We got Arnold right there, so that means one thing. We have one of the Terminators from the attraction. Holy crap. Look at it. So if you ever did the Terminator 3D attraction, you remember these guys. They're standing on top of all these different bones. See the bloody handprints right there? They got the Cyberdyne warning sign right there. This Cyberdyne demonstration involves loud noises, special strobe and fog effects. From the Scarecrow stock, they had the Mummy one, poor Reggie. This Velociraptor, they did the Lost World preview kind of center in Universal Studios, and this is from that. So you have the Velocicoaster store right there. Here's going to be the electrical column, and down here we got the Jurassic World tribute store sign, some of the Raptors. Here's a Little Boo. If you remember from the Little Boo scavenger hunt, they got some signs of Pearl and Earl. Then they got the massive sign. This is gonna be from the Scare Zone from HHN 30. If you got the usher, you know, with a little ticket.
Okay, so speaking about HHN icons, they're actually inside Epic Universe. There's an Easter egg to them inside the Monsters Unchained attraction. Apparently there's Jack, Chance, Eddie, and I think Fear. I'll have to go see it for myself when we actually get to ride the attraction, but inside the ride, there's a little nod to HHN icons. Now, speaking about international HHN icons, okay, so someone tweeted out this. I have just confirmed this. 10 Universal City Plaza, operated by Universal Studios Group in California, had registered the trademark. I am happy that the beloved Hami-Kumai is expanding into the US. So there's a chance of Hami-Kumai, I guess, coming to Orlando and then also Hollywood.
Here's the original prop shop sign. Here, look, they got the pillows. A Little Boo. They got the little popcorn buckets, a Little Boo. And they got the one and only director. This is from the Scare Zone. But this is cool. In the All Hallows Eve boutique, they had, you know, the Dr. Oddfellow traveling out of these little cart for HHN a couple years ago. And this was part of that cart. And they even have the ticket. Now they released this on a sticker sheet. This is also inside All Hallows Eve boutique. So you're looking at like $2.95 for this sign. You got this massive Spider-Man sculpture. All the scarecrows from the Scarecrow Hunt. This is from Pirates League. This is like a little makeup desk. They got the classic HHN ornaments. Never go alone. So they got one of the signs that lights up, but they have Patilda from the tribute store from last year. As you know, Greg sculpted that thing. It looks great. Patilda's also stuffed in some 3D glasses. You know, doesn't want to lose her 3D glasses. Like, yes, this is an antique shop. It's almost kind of like a Universal museum where you get to like see all these different props and artifacts you think just get thrown out or, you know, lost to time, but you can actually come and buy it, which is the craziest thing. Here's all like the sticker sheets that sold out, all the different house lists, all the prints, and like if you forget to buy this stuff, they got to hear the Beetlejuice stuff, Graveyard Games, Depths of Fear, and Arcade, everybody's favorite Vanity Ball. Here's the welcome sign. This is from the Penn and Teller house a long time ago. You got the hands, I think HHN 2017. You got the classic Stranger Things poster. They got more of the scarecrows you can purchase. HHN 2017, that sign. More of the scarecrows. Oh, this is a good sign. They got the Haunted Hollow Hills sign right there. All Hallows Eve Monster Hideaway. This is, you know, Welcome to Carrie or Welcome to Scary. That was the facade outside. The skull with the bolts and the mohawk. And then this was in the main gift shop in Universal Studios City Walk. You need like a porthole of one of the Minions? They got that. Or a full Blu-ray and a VHS stand. This takes me back seeing these things in like Target, but they also have like a bunch of different lightsabers on like a massive discount. Okay, now hidden back here, this is from the Rocky Horror Picture Show. They used this for the show and then they reused it in All Hallows Eve Boutique and then the Dead Coconut Club. But yeah, hidden off over here in the corner, they have the sign for the Tribute Theater from the Summer Tribute Store. They also have all the arcade cabinets. Oh, well, look who it is right there. We got Gerg and Earl right there on their little alien adventure. Then we have the main Tribute Store Plaza sign. That's cool. They even have the carpet, the carpet from the Tribute Store. Fun fact about this carpet, it was the same carpet that was used inside the first Five Nights at Freddy's movie. Talk about what's going on with Five Nights at Freddy's. We'll talk about it a little more in the speculation map. Here's the background behind Five Nights at Freddy's with HHN. It's supposed to be a house, and then it was supposed to be a scare zone, and then that didn't happen. So there's rumors of it returning this year. Over here they had the massive skull. So this was what you kind of walked through when you went into the sewer system for last year's HHN Tribute Store. They have it up here now. They put a different Tribute Store sign with a pumpkin. They even have the Slimer from the video store over there. And then all the way up there, they have some different banners. And then if you're a fan of Shrek, they have the Three Little Pigs. If you remember, they would talk to you during the little pre-show. They have that. They also have the attractions, wait time. And then down here, some of the torture devices. If you still don't have any of the glasses, you can pick those up here. And this is also from Shrek 4D. Long live Shrek 4D. This is also from the arcade from the summer tribute store, I believe. If you really enjoy Paolo and the Cruise Line, you can purchase some of those plates. Right over here we got all this different Haunted Mansion stuff. The Leota signs. If you remember the Sorcerers of Magic Kingdom, the little card game, they have that. Jungle Cruise paperwork. That's cool. Got a Millennium Falcon, all the different Gideons, little menu card, fresh oranges, Epcot, Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Parade. Oh, I like this. Look at that. That is awesome. Living with the Land, a boat ride to a better understanding of the land. That's old school. No idea what that thing is. And there's some more classic signs right there. Here's the main cast photos for stunts and doubles of Pirates of the Caribbean. So it's how like all the makeup is supposed to look. Oh my God, look. Oh, this is wild. To show how the makeup looks in the morning, so if anything changes, then they have to touch up. What?
Okay guys, you're back in the office. Now let's talk about the speculation map. There's one for HHN Hollywood and also one for HHN Orlando. So Horror Night Nightmares put this together. So over here to the right, we can see a scarecrow hat. As we talked about last HHN update, there was a mask maker who was making masks for HHN Hollywood. Potentially, I think they're going to Vegas. And then we have the trash bag. So the trash bag is representing Art the Clown. As you know, in the first film, he carries around that bag. And then there's an unknown theme for the Terror Tram. Then if we come up here, we have a security camera. This is to represent Five Nights at Freddy's. As you know, most of the game is viewed through a security camera, so that's what that means. And then we have the thumbs up, the Vault Boy. He always has his thumb up, so that symbol represents Fallout. And then the magnifying glass, people are thinking, honestly, they think it's Scooby-Doo. Then there's an unknown house. There's like a doll. This is presenting a rumored another Monstros house, another Latin American kind of horror story. And then down here we have the film reel with the blood. So this is to represent Ghostface and Scream. You know, what's your favorite scary movie? For the scare zones, it looks like the Crows might be returning this year. All right, so that's the speculation map for HHN Hollywood. Now it's time to talk about Orlando and then dive a little deeper into what's actually kind of happening. Over here to the left, you're gonna see the ship. This is rumored to either be like a pirate house or like a Viking house. And then we can see, you know, the thumbs up for Fallout. As we talked about like a month or two ago, right? Fallout is pretty much, you know, heavily rumored to be coming to Halloween Horror Nights this year. And then we have the film reel with the blood, again, to represent Ghostface and Scream. As we talked about last HHN update, I don't think Scream is happening. Again, I could be wrong, but knowing the politics about what happened with the last Scream house, I don't see this happening at all because there's a rumored another horror icon, which we will talk about, you know, soon. And then up here, we can see like these wings and the city. People are thinking this is rumored to be another Scary Tales house, you know, like the Emerald City and like the flying monkeys, and we'll see. I think there might be something else planned, but that's some of the rumors going around that it might be Scary Tales. The magnifying glass, again, people are kind of thinking maybe Scooby-Doo. And then we have the camera, right, to represent Five Nights at Freddy's. What's going on with Five Nights at Freddy's? We talked about a little earlier in the video, right? Kind of what happened last year. House was designed and then it went to a scare zone and everything. There's some credible rumors circulating about a Five Nights at Freddy's house coming this year. It might happen, it might not. We know Universal has worked on stuff. The design stuff, will this happen? Again, we lose IPs and stuff happens all the time. Maybe, we'll see. We'll see what happens when we get closer. The rumor is we're either gonna get Terrifier announced first, or if Five Nights at Freddy's is happening, that would be announced. And then off to the right, we have a book with snowflakes. Honestly, I don't know what that is representing at all. And then we have the trash bags, right, for Terrifier. And then we're gonna come down to this little toy astronaut. We'll talk about that a little later down the road about what that's gonna probably end up being. And then the eye patch with the chain. You know, a couple months ago we talked about how there's gonna be a sequel, Slaughter Cinema 2. There's gonna be kind of an expanded house. So finally, so many people know about this one now, so let's talk about it. The heavily rumored original house is gonna be Hatched in Chains, the Demon Bounty Hunters. So if you look at the image, you're gonna see the eye patch, right? When you're watching the trailer, there's gonna be one of the main characters with the eye patch, and then on the poster, right, the chain is on the poster. So that's what that symbol represents. So I would say there's probably a good chance of that becoming a house this year for HHN. You know, I don't wanna spoil too much, like there's still so much time till HHN happens. I kinda love that slow burn. This year's gonna be a really good year. The teams are really kind of crafting something special. So guys, let me know down in the comments, which house are you most excited about for HHN 34 this year? So guys, on that note, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. And if you have not already, hit the subscribe button and join the family.
We love the family.
Because I'm gonna keep you up to date on all things Halloween Horror Nights and Universal Studios around the country. I love you all, and I'll see y'all very soon.
That is nightmare fuel.
The rumor is we're either gonna get announced first, or if 5 Nights at Freddy's is happening, that would be announced.